Hello, and welcome to part 3 of 16 of my Mario Kart 8 DLC track impressions. So, we're going to be talking about Dragon Driftway today, and that's a really interesting race. It's the first race you experience in the entire pack that is not a retro track or a track based on another series, like Excite Bike Arena. And in Dragon Driftway, you drive around on Gobblegut the Dragon from the Galaxy series, and I never played much Mario Galaxy, so I never really saw much of Gobblegut. I mean, I've seen some screenshots of him, probably saw him in like a trailer or something, but I recognize the design. I've never really had to deal with Gobblegut though. But because Gobblegut is a very Asiatic designed dragon, he has a long, slender, windy body. And as a result, there's a lot of very windy turns. Some of them are very tricky to actually successfully make. But, the first thing you notice about the race is that its song is really unique. I mean, the song is more of the traditional Asiatic stylings, though it's not as jazzy as the others, really. That's what strikes you as different, and it's not a bad song by anyone's standards. I mean, I really like the song now. It took me some time to get used to, kind of like a couple of the songs from Hyrule Warriors. It's just a unique song for the game, and so it took me some time to get used to it, but now that I've kind of had some time to get used to it, I really like the song. And it really has a nice style to it. I mean, the sumo Lakitus on the walls inside of Gobblegut's throat are really cool. The big statue of a Lakitu, I really like all that. I mean, the song, though, it's a little tricky at times. As I mentioned, there's some tricky to make turns. One of those is this one turn, because the race is mostly anti-gravity. And there's a lot of awesome moments without all that anti-gravity. But the turn with the spin boost, literally the only turn with thrown-in spin boost, is the hardest turn I've found to make. It took me a while, because I had to get used to it. The sun is pretty much directly in your eyes as you try to make those spin boosts. And because the sun's in your eyes, like after the spin boost, there's immediately this turn, and I would turn early a lot of the time because I had to guess where the turn was. I knew there was a turn coming up, and now the way I locate it is through the spin boosters. Like, you can just barely kind of make out where one of them is in the sun sometimes. And that's basically the goal. Follow the spin boosters. And, still the race is fun. There's a lot of fun trick spots, like the one Ripley section, which goes directly over Gobblegut's head and over the starting line, and that's really a fun part. The race was, to me, a little confusing at first, with all the winding and turning and twisting, but now I've kind of found this race to be a really cool idea. I mean, it was really confusing because it was just really easy to fall off in a lot of places. And once you get used to that, though, it's a really cool race, and I really like the race's design. I mean, it's unique, and I mean, it doesn't even have many shortcuts. I mean, there's this one little part where basically you have to jump off the track and back onto it on this old grassy ramp. And then there's another part where you cut off a turn by going through a tighter turn and going through some grass. But it's a really cool race. It looks really cool, especially when you're watching like the replays and stuff, because you just realize how windy it is. Because when you're racing, you're focused on where you're going, not really what direction everything is. And so it just turns out to be this really amazing race that's really enjoyable. And Dragon Driftway a very unique Mario Kart race that would never have been possible if they didn't put anti-gravity in. I mean, it would have been possible, it just would have been really weird to be driving at angles like that, and to be driving upside down at moments. There would be no explanation for it other than the fact, like, hey, Mario Kart physics. They do what they want. But, yeah, definitely a fun race. But yeah, really, that's all I have to say about it. I mean, it's a pretty cool race. So, thanks for watching, hope you love Disc. See you guys. If you liked this video and would like to see more, please subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Google+, where we post behind-the-scenes things, funny pictures, and more. We hope to see you there.